Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Yesterday, William Ruto made a proposal that shocked very many Kenyans. News alert. President Ruto proposes new NHIF bill compelling Kenyans to pay 2.75% of their gross pay towards the health cover scheme. Says it will bring equality in payments. That was William Ruto yesterday. Ruto is proposing that going forward, Kenyans should be contributing 2.75% of their monthly salaries towards NHIF scheme. A scheme that, as I talk right now, is on the verge of collapsing. So Ruto is proposing that Kenyans should be contributing towards that scheme. And if you look at it objectively, that's a way William Ruto is just trying to increase the NHIF contribution rates. I want us to dig deep into this new development for Kenyans to understand in clear terms the games being played here. If you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes, this morning, William Ruto signed the Finance Bill 2023 into law, meaning beginning 1st of July, Kenyans will see very interesting deductions from their pay slips. And that in turn will augur very negatively for the so-called hustlers, in that cost of production, even in companies generally, will go up because there's so many tax that have been added through the Finance Bill 2023. So life is going to be more difficult than it is right now. If you look at William Ruto, Ruto believes that the only way he can push the country forward is by heavily taxing Kenyans. That's William Ruto's belief, that he can't bring any development without adding more taxes on Kenyans. And that reminds me of some words of wisdom by former UK Prime Minister Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill, at a time Britain was faced with lots of economic difficulties, Churchill had this to say: I contend that for a nation to try to tax itself into prosperity is like a man standing in a bucket and trying to lift himself up by the handle. Winston Churchill. If you look at those remarks by Winston Churchill, and then you look at what Ruto is doing in Kenya, Ruto believes that it's only through the taxes, adding more and more taxes, that he can push the country forward. The annoying bit about it is that as Ruto's government increases taxes, adds more unnecessary taxes on Kenyans, there is a lot of wastage in the government. A lot of wastage. We are seeing Ruto increasing the government's expenditure by increasing the size of the government, creating unnecessary positions, the 50 CASs, we are seeing a lot of corruption in government. So far, in just under 9 months, there have been several corruption allegations against this government. We have seen the edible oil scandal, we have seen KEMSA, we have seen NHIF scandal. And to add salt into injury, is the same NHIF where there is a scandal that William Ruto is proposing that Kenyans should be contributing more. This is why I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that Ruto and his team are very naive on governance. Upon taking over power, the first thing William Ruto did was to remove subsidies on fuel and on unga. And at that time, he was telling Kenyans that he was doing that in order for his government not to borrow. As I talk, this government has borrowed over 1 trillion. The same government that was saying it was removing subsidies on fuel and on unga for it not to borrow. It has so far borrowed over 1 trillion Kenya shillings. And it appears William Ruto is not stopping anytime soon. He will force his way through. And most definitely, even this 2.75% NHIF is proposing will see the light of day because of corruption in this government and corruption amongst the elected leaders. Already parliamentarians are pledging their loyalty to Ruto, not to the people. And they'll do anything William Ruto directs them to do. A government totally insensitive to the plight of Kenyans. What's the way forward in this? The only way Kenyans can really save themselves from this kind of impunity, Kenyans have the right to exercise those rights given to them in the Constitution. Kenyans can demonstrate, protest, picket, and even boycott work. Because this is now too much. These are all rights enshrined in the Constitution, and Kenyans are protected. They can do all those things. The Constitution protects them. But now if Kenyans are just lamenting, but they are not taking action, the situation is only but going to worsen. In the coming months, I'm seeing a William Ruto will add more and more taxes. And the same hustlers who are singing Hatupangwingwi, the ones who are cheering and celebrating William Ruto as he lied to them during the campaigns, are going to find life unbearable for them. More Kenyans are going to be poor and poorer in a William Ruto's government. Kenyans can stop that by, first of all, making life very difficult for their elected leaders supporting this government, because they're the ones giving William Ruto all the powers to oppress the people. Kenyans can stop this. I think it's now too much. Let me stop it there for today. Let's meet in our next analysis. But in case you want to support our forum, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Yes, the number below there. If you want to support the channel, feel free to channel your support to the number. Yes, feel free, ladies and gentlemen. Ruto has just confirmed that he lied to the hustlers in broad daylight. He lied to the hustlers and most definitely still organizing himself on how he will cheat the hustlers again. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.